Anyway, Lamb, I'm good to go. I had to disable the Steam notifications on for taking screenshots. F12 is one of my toggle commutes on OBS, and I pressed it, and I heard the sound. I'm like, no, can't have that.
Uh-oh. You turn that off.
They'd better get the foundry started again. My mill's been silent for days, and time is money.
Time is money, Lamb. Where we going? What are we doing?
Town hall.
What was the button for the quest?
X. X.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Please comply with all local laws and customs.
So I did look up how many quote-unquote chapters there are. We're actually at an interesting point in
Please
the
do not
story.
litter or excrete in alleyways.
We can actually do either of the quests. They're considered different chapters, but we will eventually be doing them both.
Ah. Yeah, that makes sense. I think we had said Litter Delve?
We did, but I was also under the assumption at the time that it was one or the other, not both. But no, it turns out to be
I
both.
figured it was both either way.
But it really doesn't matter to me, I guess.
Right. I just don't know how to get anyway.
God, our image. That's apparently not sell at the end of last week.
I didn't even know we had anything in our inventory.
I thought we sold.
I did too.
Why is it saying that your necklace is better than? Yeah, where did we get these rooms from?
I don't know.
I'm good on items.
Yeah, I should be good.
Yeah, I don't. I guess we just kind of kept. I don't.
Oh wait, I remember where we want to go. If we want to do Glitter Delve, we need to get a teleporter.
Causeway.
Yeah, that.
Which was.
I imagine there's one in the chapel.
Oh, right. You mentioned about this.
With all local laws and customs.
Hmm? Oh yeah, the glowies.
Lead me, line. Lead me to the correct pathway.
Tell me, Line, what path is it I should go?
What into the Grand Chapter House, you say?
Why are you calling me Stanley?
Are you referring to the Stanley Parable though?
Yes, the adventure lines.
I can't say I recall the adventure lineup. I was gonna make a joke
it's
about
a
it
good
being
thing this pathway
broken.
wasn't here before.
Yeah, I was totally gonna make a
We
joke
might
about it
have
being
gotten
broken,
lost.
but all right.
How convenient. It shows up, right? And we're about to be able to be in this area's level.
Look at those fires. Jane has brought many her curtsies.
Judging from the royalist dead scattered around the signal fire, it seems that those men sacrificed their lives to alert their fellows to the enemy attack. The beacon is lit.
Condor calls for aid. Royalists will call for aid?
I wonder if they
Glitter
even
delve.
know we're here. I should have guessed as much. Beware.
Oh god.
Wondered if there was anything over here considering that wall just got blown the fuck up.
They blasted it.
It did.
Oh, okay. I did not know what way my map was facing there. Hey, Fate, how are you?
Why are
Aww. I can't believe you've seen this dungeon. If that dungeon was my favorite, why'd you have to siege it?
Oh, that second shot totally looks like I hit that. Oh,
Oh.
oh. Was
Didn't
that
I
simple?
do that already?
I thought you did. Apparently not.
Alright, game. Whatever.
Look out! The Azonites have cannons sighted on us.
No shit, Katarina.
Yeah, this is a very helpful, cat. Thank you.
Been kind of under fire this entire time. Maybe not consistently, but under fire regardless.
Also, seriously, they're using cannons on 2 people.
They know who we are.
The Azonites have made it this
Ain't
far
no kill
already.
like
This
overkill.
boat's ill for the queen, I think.
You already saw the town on fire. Alright, need to get used to controls again.
Yeah, I need to get used to the actual combat mechanics.
Back to the fight.
Oh, hey, Lambda save point. Good thing those assholes don't have a cannon over here.
Wait, yes they do. Right there.
Not quite what I meant, but fair enough.
We
Okay.
shall need something stronger than swords and spells to break through this gate, I think.
This is a royalist cannon, similar to the ones you saw in the swamp. It could be used to gain access to the nearby encampment, but you'll need to find cannon powder first.
Are you say cannon powder?
Yes. Not black
It
powder.
seems this
Cannon
place is
powder.
not abandoned after all. That would explain the locked gate.
I have a
The
gun.
gate's securely fastened. It'd be open from the inside.
I have a gun.
Only from the inside.
I have a gun that knocked down a stone wall.
Only from the inside. That's okay, though.
I also just took like 3 cannons straight to the face and lived.
god, more cannon shots.
Those ruins up ahead. That looks like an old Legion outpost.
I don't know. I can't tilt the camera forward. I'm not sure what I got hit by, but okay.
Honestly, not sure, really.
Like, there was a dude in front of me, but I didn't see him actually get an attack off.
This gate can only be opened from the inside.
I mean, this one I believe it with more. This heavy portcullis is opened by an automated mechanism. Though it is partially obscured by snow, you can make out a nearby keyhole embedded in the stone, designed to activate the counterweights housed within the walls. You cannot open the portcullis without the key. A keyhole in... You know what? Fuck it. Fine.
From the inside.
From the key side.
I thought you were part of
Where's
Jane's
Sora when you
revenge
need him?
squad. Never been happier to be wrong. We're nearly too late. The enemy will soon take the rear entrance into the mines.
Sir, what happened to your
My
chest
men and
cavity?
I came here to collapse the entrance with our cannons, but were taken by surprise. I was wounded.
Wounded, you say? With a sword by chance, or an axe, or something slashing? Though, I suppose piercing could also do that. But that's a little wide for piercing.
How long has the fighting
It was
been
actually a
going?
cannon.
It's been 3 days now. General Devonsey had only just returned when Jane's forces got here. We had little warning or time to prepare. Glitterdelve has too many entrances, and we've been struggling to control them.
So what is up with your voice, guy? Seems off.
Oh. Do we have enough time to seal the rear entrance?
I believe so. But you'll need ammunition. We've used the ruins on this mountainside as storehouses.
What?
Take this key. Some of them are locked.
Sure.
Our cannons are past me, down the path, on a perch overlooking the entrance. Once you've found what you need, you can fire the cannons and collapse the entrance into the mine. If you don't, the Queen's men will be overrun.
I've passed by some of these ruins. What are they?
Old Legion watchtowers and outposts. They've seen better days, but they work well enough as shelter and storage.
Storage, sure. Shelter, I'm a little skeptical on believing, but okay.
I'll head to the ruins now.
Thank you. I'd go, but I don't think I have much time left.
Don't worry, we have healing spells.
One of the ruins is down this path.
What healing
Past
spells? We
our
don't have healing
cannons
spells.
on the overlook. You walk
I mean, they're
past
not
the other
good
two
healing
already.
spells, but...
We used the big one as a camp, but the Azunites seized it. You'd have to blow open the gates to get inside. Regaining control of the camp would help us hold the mountainside. But nothing is more important than collapsing the mine entrance. I wish you luck.
I like how this generically named sapper is giving us military
So much
strategies.
Right?
Them having a key to their storehouses honestly makes sense to me.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I get that.
Massive amount of military strategies. No, that's you're a sapper. You are not some fucking general. Ow.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
Well, time to go blow open that gate.
Ah, I can't even go out onto that ledge.
We actually have two.
probably the cannon back here.
Yeah, the map looked like it made it.
Yeah. At least that didn't hit you. Oh, right. This does the weird wave motion for no reason.
I mean, all of those hit the one guy. So.
No, they, like, half of them were missing. It only hits all of them once they get close enough.
Chess. So wait, Saber, how is reclaiming this able to help you guys hold the mountainside better?
Because we just took their supplies. I guess. Plus, I mean, like, a checkpoint is a checkpoint, so...
The fighting rages below. And look, is that our dear Roderick?
Stand your ground, men! We can't let them into the mines!
Rude Roderick interrupting Katarina while she spoke.
Katarina hasn't said anything important, so...
Fire the scan.
You'll need
It's,
a cannonball.
Which, fair?
Hold on, I can clearly see those guys. I should be able to shoot them from up here.
That really wants you.
I mean, he can't walk past you, so I won't complain. There's a cannonball.
That chest had a random cannonball in it.
Roderick, we're going to fire the cannon. Get inside the cave.
Good thing the enemy can't hear that.
Collapse the entrance behind us!
I don't know. I feel like they can. Yes, take us down. Ow.
Oh, God.
Where the fuck did you guys come from, and how did you hit me already?
Because they get to move while we're in cutscenes.
Ow. Caster's annoying.
I wish it would target the stupid caster. There we go.
Thank you.
Well, a ice rock and crystal looks quite sturdy, but with enough sharp, forceful blows, it can be shattered.
I have never seen a waterfall so high in the mountains before. Pretty though.
Apparently Katarina's really chatty now.
As a nice bones. Look what you done. Think you can just
definitely
blow
heard
up the
that as
mountain as you
balls,
please, huh?
Yes, I
Fool
do think we can just
soldiers
blow the mountain as
playing
we
war
please.
games you don't understand. Always eager to tear things down. You just blew up my front door.
Ah, then you have an excuse to redecorate. Perhaps this time you will build a door that actually resembles a door, yes?
Yes, and a damn good one. Kept you gits off my side of the mountain.
Did it? We're here.
No, he's saying the next one will.
I don't know. Just a cannon to blow open a previous door. I don't know if your door will stop us, Ibsen.
His door was the crystals, so...
Also, why the hell does his name sound familiar?
No, they won't.
The second game?
Lorem Ibsen.
Hamas. He was the overseer of Glacier and Back Research. Possible that the Ibsen Yamas who appears in Dungeon Siege, not the same one who is said to have defended Glacier. This is a name they've reused a couple times.
Gotcha.
But, yeah, there was an Ibsen in the first game too. Who are you?
I'm assuming that Eric the
What
Mod's
are
the
you
last
doing
one.
here?
What are you doing here? You all look like you stepped out of a Stonebridge parlor room. I've never seen prettier mountain man. To answer your question, I'm Ibsen Yamas IV, and this is my home. It's far from your civilized world, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Fair enough, devs. Fair enough. Why does the name sound familiar? Oh, the fourth. Oh.
Are you any relation to the famous Ibsen Yamas? The overseer of Glacier?
Unfortunately, yes. I've lived long enough to see everything my ancestors built come crashing down. The whole country's falling apart. I don't need any of that. Everyone tries to rebuild the old kingdom, but all they do is tear things up even more. Out here, things are simple.
Apparently, I didn't even need to look them up. I just needed to follow the dialogue trees.
Yeah, there's just like one dialogue thing they decided to not show right off the bat for some reason.
We're not from the Royalist Army, and we're not from Jane's army either.
Of course, my mistake. How could you be soldiers as heavily armed as you are?
Called being
Expeditioners,
adventurers.
mountain explorers, no doubt. To be honest, I don't care why you're here or why you think firing cannonballs is a good use of your time, as long as you stay clear of my home.
Shouldn't we have mentioned that we're Legionnaires?
Nah.
We need to find a way into the Glitterdelve mines. Do you know how to get inside?
Through this pass? There's a way, but good luck finding it. The blizzards are fierce around here. All that snow will turn an experienced mountaineer around. But I'll make you an offer. You fix my front door, and I'll show you the way.
How the hell do you expect us to fix your front door? Shot her with a cannon.
No, we didn't.
Your
We
front
broke it
door
with our
was a wall
hands.
of crystal and ice.
Oh.
How do we replace
That front door.
This isn't
A lot of
just
front
any
doors, Ian.
mountain. That waterfall you just walked past. A bit peculiar to have flowing water here, don't you think? That's geomancy at work. Dwarven magic. It can do all sorts of
Dwarven magic.
In this case, it heats the rocks and stops the water from freezing, so it'll flow into the mines. Fresh water year-round. It's all part of a vast magical system, the Stone Stream. Amazing work of art. Disrupt that, and that waterfall will freeze right up and make me a new door.
No, it's
I
actually
mean,
pretty.
really, I'd rather not, but oh well.
Yeah, it's actually still pretty smart of the dwarves to do that with magic.
Right.
All right. If that's what it takes, then we'll do as you say.
Perhaps not the best way, but let's face it, it's damn cold up here.
Have gained
I vote for
influence game with you,
expediency.
Lamb.
Good. It's hardly something to worry about, anyway. The Stone Stream's magic moves through conduits all over this mountain. 3 of them flow out to the surface in this pass. They burst out of raised holes in the ground, an odd floating line of stones.
Like when I press R?
Hit them a few times and you'll collapse the opening. Believe me, you won't hurt anything important. It'll be like cutting a leaf from a tree.
How will I know that I've found these openings?
Look for cracks in the ground with a line of stones floating out of them. They'll stand out, you know, since rocks don't normally fly.
I mean, you'd
Fair?
be surprised.
Fair.
It's
But also
called
magic.
geokineticism.
Yeah.
Very well. We'll return when the job is done.
I'll be
Job's
here.
done.
Now, if I can avoid any more visitors, I just might salvage my day. I say this because I saw some royalists bumbling about the past like a bunch of lost cubs. Thought you might want to know. Tell you what, if you find them, feel free to bring them back. Everyone seems to need my help right now. Might as well be a gracious host.
I see. There is a locked chest, probably as a. Oh, hey, save one. I have done the same.
Oh god, mountain spiders.
Ice bats? Ice gargoyles?
Method. I believe that's the name.
I didn't catch the name.
Method.
That sounds too Final Fantasy.
No, actually, it's a generic fantasy D&D kind of. I want to say it's a type of lesser demon. Ow! Thanks for rolling, game. You clearly registered that I was trying to move.
It's probably the hardest thing we've killed besides bosses.
I don't know, man. Those wargs fucked us up a lot.
That issue is more them dealing damage and the amount of
And
them.
there are the floating stones. We are supposed to destroy them, no?
Blast.
Get it.
Second.
Stupid cold spiders slowing me down.
Ah, here are our wayward sheep. And already they are menaced by wolves.
Who are you?
No, I don't
You're not
care
with
about you
Jane by the
soldiers. I
looks of
just
it.
want the chest.
Do I look like I'd be caught dead marching and saluting and praying to dear Saint Jane? I think not.
I'm sorry. These storms have completely turned us around, and we can hardly be expected to know friend from foe. We're grateful for your help. Do you know a way out of this pass?
Royalist Scout, if we were enemies, we wouldn't be talking right now.
Right? Like, we came in and demolished those, like, ice methods. We can sit here and destroy you guys, too.
Ice gargoyles.
How did you end up in
Dark
this part of the
ices.
mountain?
We're scouts.
Carpets?
Lord Devonsey sent us out here to see if the Azanites were braving the pass. This storm came upon us suddenly, and the next thing we knew, we were blind as newborn fracks.
Go frack yourself.
Yeah, apparently we have learned that fracks as newborns are blind.
Apparently, Frax is just used as kind of a catch-all.
Yeah.
Aside from just being like a creature.
Yeah.
There's a cave not far from here where you can take shelter.
We'll follow your lead.
Oh, do we actually have to physically lead them over?
Damn it. Fire your ring.
Why do I hear wolves coming out of my right ear?
Because ambient noise.
You brought guests, I see. I thought you might go hunting for them. You seemed like the type.
A do-gooder?
A meddler, but at least one with good intentions. Take this for your trouble. Your sorry lot will be staying with me. When you're rested, I'll show you how to get back to your glorified cave. As for you, Legionnaire, you don't get to stay.
Wait, how do you know we're a Legionnaire?
Yet. Do help yourself to that chest. I may be irritable, but I'm not ungrateful.
Oh. I don't. How do you
How
know,
you
guy? You never confirmed it. Is there more down that way?
Fucking wizard bullshit.
Down here. I have acquired.
I wouldn't know. I've been in my menu.
It's one of them.
Alright, game. I don't know why you ran me up next to him. Thanks.
Dead. God, there's another one. I don't know how you hit me from up there. Retry those things a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
Freeze. They're allowed in my mountain. actually has a hand icon for it. And there was 3 of those? Appears to know what the hell it says, if anything.
What did we find up on the mountain?
Spiders,
Rocks. Flying rocks.
Spiders.
Ow! Alright, apparently those hit me for 188.
Much easier when we just end up stun locking.
A little bit. Apparently those stone cairns are, jars.
I tried destroying one earlier and it didn't do anything.
Well, clearly it's like that wall. You just didn't try enough.
This is where we met Ibsen. What are we doing back here?
Oh, going in a circle? Yeah, it is.
Oh, there were frost stuck in there.
Empowered ability unlocked.
Yeah, I need reparations. Ow. That hurts. Hurts a lot.
Sword arm of stunning.
This opening in the ground radiates a fierce heat, but otherwise resembles ordinary rock. It has a purpose. Level up screen.
Level up.
Well, I am if it has a purpose.
If it has a purpose, you cannot discern it.
Has a purpose.
The presence of these crystals in the past, where they couldn't have formed naturally, suggests some kind of artificial force at work. Perhaps they are created by the stone stream, the vast magical system that extends throughout the Glitterdale mines. That rock was a different color.
I was about it. I have no idea what we're even talking about.
No.
Talk to him. Oh, it is a frozen cheat back here now. Waterfall is frozen into a solid wall of ice, just as Ibsen said. The ice is quite thick and it should deter any unwanted guests.
Quite a sight, isn't it? As for our deal, here, take this stone. It's a lodestar, a very special kind of rock the dwarves discovered long ago. Certain gems will glow when a lodestar is nearby. Gives off a bright light that'll pierce even the angriest snowstorm. The dwarves placed clusters of these gems on the mountain and used them like beacons. Clever little fellows, I'll admit.
Wait, Lamb, are the gems valuable?
Can you point me in a direction at least?
Head west and follow the lights. You'll find your way. While you're out there, you might happen upon a cave. I'll let you in on a secret. It makes for pretty poor shelter. Swarming with Dakenwares and frost imps. Nasty place. Though it could be nice one day if those buggers were cleared out. Do me this favor and I'll toss a little something your way. Good luck out there.
I wasn't expecting this many quests from one guy.
Damn. Also trying to remember how to get into the menu.
C is
I've
the
apparently
general.
forgotten. Cool.
Headed west, now what?
Alright, so I've mastered my 1 and 3 on my rifle. I am nowhere near mastering my heal.
I have mastered my spinning kick, my inner warmth. I would just... And that is it.
Katarina, he just told us the damn stones would glow.
They're glowing.
The stones embedded in the rock are now glowing brightly in the presence of your lodestar. According to Ibsen, the clusters of glowing stones will serve you as beacons, guiding you along the path to the Glitter Belt mine.
How the fuck did these guys respawn? We're just here.
Because we talked to Ibsen. Clearly we talked to a single person, and so now there has to be enemies.
Run! We are not far. I can see the entrance up the path.
Oh. I was about to ask why run. Objective failed. Huh.
No. Oh. Okay.
So it's before that point of time. Question is, do we want to die to go back?
Stay calm. Don't let them surround you.
Well, this is the cave that we're supposed to clear out, so...
How did you?
No. We failed to talk to Ibsen because of the other objective. Ow. Got hit hard too.
And then 435.
Right?
Ow. Stupid rock throwing bastards.
Good, now dodge. It's hurt. So there appears to be something else shooting in our general direction. Is that them?
Roderick.
Yeah, it is him.
You weren't even looking at me. And besides, dying to go back would just have us load the game.
I mean, yeah. I guess I do have to
It'd be
look
great if you could pan down so I could see.
I am in your debt.
Now.
We barely made it through the collapsing tunnels. The Dakenwares were an unwelcome surprise. My men fought bravely. We'll have to save the greetings for later. Follow me.
This collapsed passage led to the rear entrance to the mine. You collapsed the entrance earlier by firing a cannon.
Thanks? Thanks. That felt unnecessary, but thanks.
What's this? How did you get here?
Calm yourself, Phineas. Our friend here helped us seal the rear entrance. We're all thankful for your heroics in the swamp. Especially those scouts whose lives you saved. I have no doubt that you'll prove your worth again.
I don't doubt your worth. Your timing is just uncanny. No matter. Jane is doing her best to flood these mines with her men. Their numbers are great, and they've employed a fearsome creature. An old, blind, but powerful war beast. It trampled many of our men. We fell back and collapsed the main entrance, but others remain. For now, we are just trying to hold the Azunites back.
The Queen feels like progression. Jane definitely
Yeah.
feels like a, what the fuck's been going on?
I met her soldiers outside. How long since the fighting began?
3 days, and we won't last another. Listen, Queen Rosalind will want to see you. She's
Well,
still
apparently
in her
we were
court.
wrong.
Just follow the path up the
Although
well.
they did still tell us where the Queen was.
Yeah, so, alright.
How's the battle gone? Badly.
What is this well?
The Azunites are a formidable enemy. How have you fared against Jane Cassinder?
Not well. We're trying to seal all the tunnels that connect to the surface. But Jane has hundreds of soldiers, and they attack from every direction at once. It's only a matter of time before we're overrun.
The well? I assume that's what we're standing in at the moment.
The deep well, actually. That's what the dwarves called it, when they were here. This chamber led to all the riches found in these mines. The wellspring of dwarven culture. The name was a mark of respect.
There must have been hundreds of dwarves living in these mines. What happened to them?
It was actually just 6.
They live
They
in the
died.
mines.
Honorably, in the service of Her Majesty. And too great a sacrifice. I don't mean to insult the good queen. Azunai knows the loss weighs heavily upon her.
This isn't the
The
sort
Queen
of
murdered
mine I
all the
expected.
dwarves?
Is there anything else I should know?
All 7 of them.
I'm sure you've noticed more than a few oddities here, like the floating rocks. Dwarven geomancy is still strong in the mines, even if the dwarves are dead.
This magic is their greatest legacy. Geomancy governs everything here. Even the air you breathe.
I'll go and find the Queen. Good luck to you.
We'll stay here a while longer and make sure that the tunnels will hold. I'll see you at the court.
It's good to see you again. May Azunai keep you safe.
Strange that a hole in the ground could be so beautiful, no?
So do we go back and talk to what's-his-face? Can we go back to talk to what's-his-face? I think they just close it off with us. Nope.
We can't go back to Ibsen at all since they had the rocks come down.
Ah.
That was the whole quest failure.
Oh, I thought there was a quest failure, and so we needed to go talk to Ibsen.
Oh, we had hit a point of no return and quest failed.
Great. Great. But we could just take another portal.
Careful. Those flare-ups will cook you alive.
You on about, soldier?
Glitterdelve is infamous for its volatile gas fissures, deep cracks that express the fiery temperament of an otherwise quiet mine. It's not clear what ignites the gas.
There won't be any more
Fire.
explosions like the blast of 943. The dwarves built these magic fans to keep the air clear.
Okay.
I think we read about that blast actually in the first game.
They built magic fans.
Forgive me, but I'm not entirely sure I trust this platform not to pitch us into the abyss below.
It is most definitely referring to the platform I was standing on.
Yep.
Don't worry, those platforms are safer than they look. Just touch the crystal to make it move.
Small crystals give off an almost inaudible hum that seems to change in pitch and tone as you reach out to touch it. Dwarven geomancers of old created these devices to control the floating platforms, serve as transportation in the mines. Oh my god, an elevator we both can take.
What? How revolutionary.
Oh, hey, chest. Shotgun and conflagration.
Ooh, Dragon's Breath Trench Gun.
Leggings of Sanctuary.
These tunnels aren't safe, friend. James strains our lines as we speak. Go and see the Queen while there's time.
Ah, fine.
Where is the Queen?
I think I will not be looking over the edge again anytime soon.
Strange, isn't it? They call it the Stone Stream. Been here for years, and it still confuses everyone but Phineas.
You know, I understand why Kane made that comic, because, yeah, that's pretty far down.
Strange, isn't it? They call it the Stone Stream.
I have
Been here
never
for
seen
years,
a royal
and it
court
still
before.
confuses everyone but
Will it be
Phineas.
elegant, do you think? Lords and ladies in silks and jewels, romance and intrigue?
Yes, Katarina. Exactly like that.
Her Highness is just through
Yes,
this
it'll be a
passageway.
period
Please
drama.
hurry.
Soldier, how do we know not? How do we know that you're not a trap? Ah, yes, the Highness is just through this passageway, conveniently. I'll move down.
Ah, I suppose shenanigans, I hold little hope for the romance and intrigue.
The vendor here, Lamb.
But is it a good vendor?
At the very least, a vendor.
Why does it seem like I either get to pick between attack or agility?
It definitely feels that way, don't it? Mere spark of life stealing. That is a lot of agility in one. The weapon I want, but it's 11,000.
The fabric on this bed exemplifies the present condition of the Queen's Court. Regal in design and constructed of fine materials, but fraying at the edges and fading from wear. This bedding, like all the remaining possessions of the old court, is maintained with a quiet dignity.
Lore gained, History of Ebb. This text chronicles important events in Ebb's 450-year history. 845, Kingdom of Ebb is founded by the 10th Legion. 1144, Sect Resurgence. That's the year the first game took place. Evil sect escape their prison in the Chamber of Stars and lay waste to the kingdom. They are defeated by the heroes who slay their demigod king. 1145, the leader of the heroes, a simple farm girl, is granted a noble title by King Conread and becomes the first Lady Montbaron. 1154, King Conread signs a treaty with goblins. Mayor Ketzler of Stonebridge invites goblins to settle in his city. 1175, excavation of Great Foundry begins in Stonebridge, beginning of Goblin Renaissance. 1192, following the death of Lady Montbaron, the hero's crypt is constructed in Oakenwall. 1220, death of Glor the Dwarf, last hero of the Sack Resurgence. 1264, death of King Hendrik. Under mysterious circumstances, Jane Cassandra places blame upon the Legion and begins to rally the people against them. 1265, fall of the 10th Legion. 1266, war erupts between the royal princes and Jane Cassandra. Kingdom of Ebb collapses. Misters take power in Stonebridge. 1294, present day.
The royalist supplies are nearly exhausted. They clearly cannot survive a prolonged siege. If Jane Cassandra's army attempts to starve them out... Okay, that was a comma. I thought that was a period.
We shall never abandon Queen Rosalind. Not that we have anywhere else to go.
This is a report from a royalist agent to the east. Your Majesty, at your request, our spies continue to hunt for information about Jane Cassandra, but we have learned little more than we already knew. As a child, Jane was a ward of the church, a common story for many orphans, or bastard children of the noble class. She spent her early years in Bisselberg at an Essenite school. By all accounts, she excelled in her studies and was believed to be possessed of an otherworldly power. A sign of favor from Essenai, the priest's claim. Of her handmaids, we also know litter. Litter. We also know litter. But we did uncover one intriguing fact. We managed to find an elderly woman who once resided in Bisselberg, not far from the school where Jane grew up. claims to have seen several of Jane's handmaids on the grounds of the school. This was many years ago when Jane was only a child, but her handmaids look just as they do now, suggesting that they have not aged at all. Over 40 years. This strengthens my own, controversial, belief that they are Archons, though their interest in protecting Jane Cassandra is still a mystery.
Queen Rosalind had a dozen maids in Glayson, but we are all that's left.
Is it true? Are you really from the 10th Legion?
Perhaps the best-loved monarch in Eb's later history was King Conrad, whose reign was interrupted by the Sec resurgence. Conrad was taken captive by the Sec and imprisoned in Castle Ebb until he was freed by the heroes. His health declined sharply after the Sec were destroyed, probably due to the torture that he suffered at their hands. But he signed a treaty with the Goblins shortly before his death, granting them full rights as citizens and setting the stage for the prosperity of the Goblin Renaissance. A golden age followed, lasting several generations until the reign of King Hendrik. Regarded as vigorous and handsome in his early years, Hendrik became increasingly bitter and paranoid with age. He grew particularly suspicious of the Legion, and he began to seize their chapter houses and estates. Shortly thereafter, King Hendrik was found dead. The Legion was blamed, and the kingdom collapsed into civil war. Hendrik had two sons. The younger, Nedric, disappeared on a diplomatic mission to the ice giant king of Utraya. The elder, Roland, was killed in the siege of Glassern. That leaves Roland's daughter, Rosalind, as the sole surviving heir to Eb's throne.
Roland? Hundreds? This appears to be a report from a royalist spy. 20 years ago, when Jane Cassandra had finally consolidated her power over the Azanite Church, she dispatched a small army of stonemasons to the holy mountain of Jareb.
Sure.
Don't remember where the hell that mountain is.
Holy Mountain of Jerb.
There, they began construction of a new stronghold and cathedral, the Spire of Azanite. Today, construction work on the spire reportedly continues, but the great fortress is essentially complete. It stands atop Mount Jareb, with the seminary town of Aegis Bay at the base of the mountain far below. None but officials and soldiers of the church are permitted to enter, but its walls are strong, said to be defended by heavy cannons. According to our sources in the east, Jane Cassandra has convinced the church hierarchs to relocate their capital to the spire, far from the distractions of Bisselberg, the seat of the faith. This may be an attempt by Jane Cassandra to further isolate moderate factions of the church and surround herself with her most ardent and fundamentalist supporters. Jane is said to dwell in the uppermost reaches of the spire along with her mysterious handmaids, about whom we still know very little. Actually a pretty short read.
I don't think this court will last much longer, dear. Do you?
Probably not royalist.
My lands, my fortune, even my sons. Jane Cassandra took them all from me.
You're the ones that helped Lord Devonsey get out of the swamp. The General swears by your prowess in battle. I've been instructed to sell you supplies at a steep discount. At a loss, to be honest. We'd give them away, but resources are scarce.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think that needed.
And I'm back here.
Hi, Lamb. Welcome back. Where were you going to check?
Isn't this the way you're going?
That's the way we came from. We haven't talked to the Queen yet.
I thought that was the way to the Queen.
Oh.
I was in a menu for a while, so I didn't know which way we came.
I cannot believe the royal court has come to this.
Queen is right up here.
I can scarce believe my eyes. Queen Rosalind, these are our friends from the swamp, the ones who helped us escape.
You!
You could remember, my queen. Perhaps you saw their kinsmen in a painting, so they only seem familiar.
I saw you in the Moonweald, when you spoke to the golden-haired child. Was it only a dream, or were you really there?
We were there, but was she there? I don't remember seeing her there.
If she is descended from royal blood, she might have seen a vision through the golden child? I mean, there's no reason not to ask.
You saw me, Your Majesty, but I didn't see you. Were you watching from afar?
I had no sense of my own place. I seemed to be watching from above. But I heard the child's words as if I was standing at your side. I've met the child before, but only in dreams. 3 nights ago, I saw him again. The child said that Jane and her army were near. That's why I told Lord Devonsey to collapse the front gate.
Well, Red, considering one of those inevitably ends in my death.
Yeah, Red, if the first option was a bit more reasonable, then you would actually have a valid comparison, but the first one's just going to result in death.
Yeah, like... Hey, Monty, how are you?
I don't want to. Anyway, what the fuck did Queen say? I was busy reading Red's paragraph.
I honestly don't know. She had a vision, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I heard that part, then I saw Red's message, and then last bit was...
You said that you've met the child more than once?
The first time was the night my father was killed, and we fled his court in Glayson.
It was Her Majesty's dream that led us safely here. She kept her calm. So young, but very much a queen.
Every time Jane comes close to catching us, the child warns me and we escape. It's happened twice more since Glayson.
Did the child say anything more?
The
I
child.
knew that help was coming. 3 days after the siege began.
Jane was clever this time. She traveled only by night, and she kept her army small and silent. We would never have been ready if the Queen hadn't warned us.
We don't have much time!
Your Majesty, I was sent here to find you. The Legion seeks an alliance with the royal court.
An alliance? I'm not sure the Queen is ready to take such a radical step.
Am I not? My father refused to reconcile with the Legion. He kept his pride and lost himself a kingdom. If not for these Legionnaires, you would still be trapped in the swamp, and I would be at Jane Cassinda's mercy. For that alone, I trust them.
This is not a matter of trust, Your Majesty, but of appearances. The Legion murdered your grandfather.
Not this again!
Yeah.
With respect to Her Majesty, how long must we bicker over a crime that's 30 years in the past?
We speak of a crime that led to the death of the Legion and the fall of our country. 30 years or no, the people still remember.
I'll hear no more talk of my grandfather's murder. Whatever the truth may be, these Legionnaires are our guests and our friends.
The signal? So soon? Jane moved faster than we thought. We're not ready to repel her.
That horn would have been a little bit more impactful if the Queen's dialogue line didn't end in a fucking hyphen. I don't know if you were reading the text at all, but it ended in a hyphen, like she was supposed to get interrupted.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's pretty common anymore.
It would have had more impact had they just dropped the hyphen.
Jane and her army found a way into the mines?
2 ways, actually. We collapsed the main entrance, but we didn't have time to seal the others. She's attacking all the breaches at once. Must be driving her people hard.
Keep in mind, Red, those are under ideal conditions.
Including the individual.
Yes.
Give us your leave, and we'll help you defend this place.
A poor queen I should be if I refused the help of a friend. Lord Devonsey can tell you where you're needed most.
Jane's soldiers are pushing their way into the mining tunnels above and below us. I'd thought to collapse those tunnels more quickly, but my people are too few. We need to drive back the enemy soldiers, set black powder charges at each of the mining tunnels, and get out of the way before they collapse.
When the tunnels are sealed, Is there any other way for Jane to get inside?
Only one. A half-finished tunnel at the base of the deep well. I'd hoped to seal all the entrances but that one. Force her to attack us there. But the present circumstances may work in our favor. The lower entrance won't seem so much like an obvious trap. Assuming, of course, that we can stop her forces in the mining tunnels.
No time to waste then. I'll head for the mining tunnels.
Roderick is my officer in charge. He's probably on his way to the tunnels.
And thank you. It means a great deal to have the Legion at my side.
Legion, all two of us.
I see that everyone's been introduced.
Do they need... Oh,
Please, Legionnaire, come speak to me when you have a moment.
Yes,
welcome to our home. Not the most
supply guy
lavish
also has
of
a quest
courts,
for us.
I'll admit, but
really?
It's not without a certain homely charm. Still, what little we do have is at risk. You know this all too well, I'm sure.
Yes, I do, Phineas, and if
The
you did
battle
not
for
hear
this
the horn a
mountain
moment ago, we should
determined
probably
the
be going
Queen's
and deal with
future.
that rather than talking to you.
But also at issue are the riches of the past.
It's fine, it moves at the
Dwarven
speed of
treasures
plot.
that must be preserved.
Actually, one thing I do like about Outward, where they're... While I'm not the biggest fan of timers, I'm not a big fan of short
They're
timers.
still there.
They're
Right.
there and be like, hey, I have a bit of urgency here. But we're not forcing it down your throat right now.
Like, this is a thing you have time to get done, but you do need to get it done.
Yeah. Is this important right now?
What do dwarven riches matter when the mountain is under siege?
I speak of geomancy. Lord Devonsey risked the lives of his men to save me, for I have the power to move Earth. My knowledge must be shared. Imagine what even a dozen men such as myself could do to shape a battlefield. If the dwarven geomages yet lived, against all their power and knowledge, Jane would have no hope of entering these mines.
I don't know any horror movies.
know plenty of horror movies, but I'm not really sure I'd have one to pick.
Jane is still breaching tunnels. Can geomancy help us right now?
Of course. I still have a role to play in all this, when the time is right. Still,
just realized his
demanding as
sleeves are,
present
like,
needs
fur.
are, we mustn't
Yeah.
neglect the contribution of geomancy to a royalist future. The knowledge must be protected.
I think it's supposed to be a like a low thread count coat jacket shirt thing, but it definitely does not look that good.
He just stole some Yeti's arms.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much what it looks like.
What exactly are you trying to protect?
Geomantic artifacts are scattered throughout these mines. Tomes, devices, enchantments. And painite. One of the
Painite.
rarest gems
That
in
sounds like a
all of
terrible
Ebb.
idea.
Key to the greatest accomplishments of geomancy.
What do you mean one of the rarest gems? You not know how much painite we had in Vault Hunters, Phineas?
I'm constantly in painite.
Why is painite so valuable?
Geomancers often used the term facilitator to describe substances that amplified the reach and flow of magic. Among their scholars, no facilitator was accorded higher value than painite.
You want me to find some painite, I assume?
Yes, you have a lodestar already, so you'll know how to use this. It's a lodestar that reacts to the presence of painite.
How do you know we have a lodestar
A
already?
dozen samples will be sufficient.
Because we got
I
here.
will greatly appreciate it if you bring them to me.
Are the... It really wants us to ask if the floating stones are valuable.
The floating stones I've seen. You're trying to protect things like that?
Levitating stones are but a trifle. Humble reminders of Glitterdelve's geomantic dependency. Floating stones, flowing water.
Oh my god, that opened
even
up
the
so many
giant
more
fans.
questions.
All would be impossible if not for the stone stream.
I've seen the stone stream and the swirling rocks. But what is it exactly?
Why, it's the Dwarven Geomage's crowning achievement. A stream of magic that flows through all of Glitterdelve. A perfect melding of magic, stone, and life. The very essence of geomancy. The lifeblood of the mines, you could say. I haven't the time to describe every particular. Suffice it to say that life in Glitterdelve would be impossible without it.
Those floating platforms are amazing. How do they work?
The very rock of the platforms is infused with geomantic energy, which the stone stream replenishes constantly. Were the stone stream to stop functioning, the platforms might follow suit weeks or days later, but no sooner.
But can the stone stream help us in battle?
Perhaps. Its effect is pervasive. We might be able to manipulate it to our advantage. Still, that would be a drastic course of action. For the time being, we must protect what we can.
Alright, Phineas. It's been fun chatting.
I had better head to the mining
It's been
tunnels.
fun being exposited
May
at.
the battle go well. Every second that Jane
I
is
really
held
was not
back
expecting
could make
that
the difference.
stone question to lead into more questions like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been instructed to sell you supplies at a steep... Is there any chance you'll be going to the southern mines, perhaps? There's something very important you could accomplish there.
Tell us what you need. If it's as important as you say, we'll find the time.
Something valuable was left behind. A weapon of advanced make. Jane may have numbers, but she can't match the ingenuity of our weaponsmiths. The weapon is a rifle that can fire several shots before reloading. With it, a single soldier is more valuable than 10. The design hasn't been perfected yet, but we're close. When we fled from the Azanites, the rifle was left
the
behind
concept of
in
a
a crystal
magazine?
cavern in the mines.
Yeah.
We must recover it before Jane's men find it.
But I mean, I also just do that with my ability 3.
You just go
He has
Super
2 guns.
Saiyan 3 on reloads.
He has 2 guns, Red. One right here, and one right here.
Yeah,
I have
pistol and
3
rifle.
guns. Yep.
Where in the cavern is it exactly?
I don't know.
He also seems to have a sword.
We had to fall back immediately. I was in the middle of testing the weapon. I think I dropped it near a group of crystals, but that's all I can remember. I'm sorry.
How helpful.
We'll try to bring the rifle
Group of
back
crystals in a crystal cave.
Be careful. Those mines are probably swarming with Azanites now.
Is there anyone else around here with a quest?
I don't know, maybe the Queen's Handmaidens?
Queen Rosalind has a dozen maids in Glayson.
Are you really
But
from the
we are
10th
all that's
Legion?
left.
I'd say before we have to go through all that dialogue again. Lamb, how about a bathroom break here?
Sure.